This is how we do. Y'all had to run and cut the air on. I already know I'm gonna get hot. I'm gonna get cold in a second. Welcome back. They kicked me out. I think now what YouTube is trying to do, I think they're trying to kick me out earlier instead of later. I don't know why they keep kicking me out so early. Shout out to YouTube for kicking me out. No. I don't know, man. I can't figure it out. Somebody told me, which I didn't do it today, but the past 2 days I have been doing it, is to clear my background apps on my phone. And I was like, that makes sense, because a lot of times when I clear it, my camera app is open from me, being a content creator. But I didn't do it today, but I did it yesterday. And when I did it yesterday, I still got kicked out within 10 minutes. So we won't ever know, bro, at the end of the day, I don't think. Elevated, bro, thank you for pulling up. I loved your Tro song you did on your short the other day, man. That's how they be in real life. You feel me? Yeah, I don't know why they keep kicking me out. Hold on, y'all. See, look. I got a billion apps open as we speak, and one of them was definitely the camera app. So, I don't know, man. We'll never figure it out. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of something to say. I'm kind of, I don't want to say pooped down. I'm just kind of running out of topics, bruh. Kind of running out of topics, bruh. The main topic was why do people drive the way that they drive, but we'll think of something. Shit. We'll think of something to talk about. You feel me? Let's do, how's everybody doing? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe only if you're going to come back. Welcome to the fabulous life of Natalie, where everything's fabulous. Man, we're trying to just get into a topic to talk about. I got kicked out, Frank. You know your girl get kicked out. And what the heck? I don't know why they kicking me out a little bit earlier than they typically would. Did you cook today? Actually, no, I did not. After I was woken up to go to the school, when I came back, my husband was like, I got to go pick this tool up. And he asked if I wanted to ride with him, right? And he was like, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be gone for a minute. So I was like, come on. And he was like, I know you're tired. You only slept 1 hour. But I was like, bro, I sleep anywhere. I'll sleep in cars, bro. I sleep in cars in real life. We'll talk about that next. The time I had to sleep in a car. But anyway, we did a couple running, and he took me to like one of our favorite places. It's like a Cuban pizza store. Not like you come home and bake it, but they give like personal pans. So I ate that. And then I ate a cheesecake. And it was something different. It was like lemon cheesecake. And I wasn't sure because, I'm a strawberry cheesecake kind of gal. But it didn't really hit like I thought it would. So Michigan has the worst drivers. Dang, I know I've never been to Michigan. Yes, I have. I didn't deep dive in Michigan, but I know that Florida, Tampa, these people drive so crazy. And when I lived in Kentucky's one of the top 4 states too that have the worst drivers. And I just think, I don't get the point of why people, I don't get it, man. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I always tell my husband, like, if I'm on the expressway, I'm going to wait till the next exit. If I miss my exit, I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to do road rage. I ain't doing any of that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait to the next exit like a normal person. You feel what I'm saying? Why is everybody in a rush, though? Why? I was always told when it comes to driving, you got to take your time, baby. You rush anything, you run lights. It's like, bro, come on. Why do I have to risk my life because you chose not to wake up earlier, whatever the situation is? See, I had the pizza today, Rev. What state you think has the worst drivers? Well, I'm from Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. To me, they have worse drivers mainly because, I don't know, maybe this is a global thing, a global epidemic. I think a lot of people don't want you to get over. I feel like it is so unhumanizing to know that I have my turn signal on ahead of time and you're just refusing to let me over. You look me dead in the eyes and you just keep going. Like, what does it cost to let that car over? That's what really be pissing me off. YouTube saying you ain't pay your light bill. Shut up. Michigan has the worst drivers. Student of war. I'll say Tennessee. I was there 2 months, and there's an accident every day, man. Shout out to Tennessee. What part of Tennessee? South Carolina. Everyone is in a rush, crashing out, pressure. Yeah, in a rush to go. No, exactly. If you're in a rush, maybe you should wake up earlier. You know what would really be making me mad? When a car goes around me. This happened to me the other day. I told you I drive like a grandma. When a car is in a rush, cuts me off to go around me, and then I meet you at the stoplight. What's the point? There's no point. Come on, man. I don't know what's going on. I just think it's going to get worse. Cowboy in the building, hands to the ceiling. Stress. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? Thank you for pulling up. I've never been to Tennessee. Tennessee's beautiful. I was in Kentucky, and we would always go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Gatlinburg's really nice. It's like a lot of strips, a lot of cabins. And I was telling my homegirl at work, because she says she's going for the holidays, that there's a Titanic exhibit in Gatlinburg. Pull up to it, y'all. And it's really crazy because when you go inside, they give you like a passenger ticket to get inside. And the passenger ticket, you're playing the role of whoever that passenger was on the night of the incident. And you know if you're upper class, lower class. And when you first go in, the like museum is shaped like the Titanic, bruh. Can't miss it. Can't miss it, right? And when you first go in, there's a door right here, and it looks like you're in the basement, and it shows all of the water coming down. Like, I saw one video on YouTube, but when I went years ago, they act like you couldn't record. So, man, it's nice. Oh, one of the best things too is there's a scene in the museum where you put your hand. I don't want to say in a cup. It's like, I can't describe what it is, but it's like, something fancy. And it's a water, and it's like the same temperature of the water the night that, the boat sunk. So crazy, son. Worst drivers: Chicago, New York, New Jersey, in that order. Dang. I went to New York. They treated me real nice. They probably knew I was in Manhattan. I was driving like an idiot. They didn't do me dirty when I went to New York. Honestly, it seems like after COVID, people got a little bit slower. Man, that's probably it. I saw your short 4 times recently while I was rolling. Congrats. What short did you see, though, bruh? What are you talking about? What short are you talking about? Very congested in New York. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I will never rent another vehicle when I go to New York. Not because of the traffic and stuff, but it's just weird. Like, you can't park your cars on the street at a certain time. You risk the car being towed. And each night I was there, I had to pay to get the car in a garage. So, yeah, man, I ain't doing that no more. And I probably should have experienced the experience of riding in a taxi. I think that's the New York way, right? I know next time. So the night I slept in the car, this is kind of a long story, y'all. I went to San Diego. San Diego, they drive crazy too. I was staying with my cousin. I went out to visit, and I went to go visit a friend. Very expensive. And when I went to go visit a friend, I had planned on staying the night with this friend, but he was acting so weird. I said, nah, I'm good. And when I went back to my cousin, her phone was off. And I was like, I can go sleep anywhere. I don't know. It's like a superpower. I never struggle to go to sleep. It never takes me hours to go to sleep. I literally can go to sleep anywhere. So that day when she wasn't picking up, I didn't want to disturb them and wake them up and call them. And I didn't want to do all of that. So I was like, I'm just going to go to sleep in the back of the car. And it was a small car, y'all, 2-door car. And I remember when I went to sleep, I had this dream. That somebody was staring at me while I was asleep. I was in her driveway, you feel me? But I had a dream that someone was staring at me, and it woke me up. I remember I woke up like, you feel me? And then me being so, me, I went back to sleep. I looked around. I didn't see nothing. I went back to sleep, right? Curled back up in a ball. And I remember when I went back to sleep, I don't know how long I was asleep. I had heard somebody knocking on the window. Boom, 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 boom. And I jumped up real fast. It was her husband, but bro, scared the crap out of me, man. It was talking about men protecting women or something like that. Oh, it sounds like me. I hope you like that live. I hope you like up the channel. Thank you, Rev. Please do. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. Only if y'all gonna come back. My name is Natalie. I go live every Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Each day is a different topic. Very open person, y'all. A lot of people get on here and want me to save their life. Depending on the question, I give good advice, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. But if you resonate with anything that I'm saying, make sure you subscribe. Make sure y'all come back too. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications for up and coming videos and live streams. I appreciate the support and love. Be respectful. Send a super chat, please, and thank you. Amen. Amen. Jacksonville sucks. Shout out to Jacksonville for sucking, because I just got the hat to just coordinate. But let me tell you the backstory of why I got in that car and went to sleep, y'all. True story. So during that time when I was going to San Diego, I had already established that I was going, right? I had wanted to meet up with a childhood friend. Roosevelt in the building. And so when I went out there, y'all, I blew off another friend to hang out with this childhood friend. Let me tell you something that I've learned the hard way. Like, people you think you know in the 4th grade in adult life change. Didn't know that. Bruh was so freaking weird. What do I mean? So we had established that we were going to go to Hollywood, which is like 2 hours away, blase. And he had told me, he was like 2 hours away from where I was staying with my cousin. So he was like, once you come up, once you stay the night, no weird stuff. I was like, okay. Which he wasn't on the weird stuff, right? But the day I went up to go to Hollywood, y'all know I'm a huge Britney Spears fan, right? We get to Hollywood. First, we get in his car. He's driving. All of the music he's playing is so whack. It sounds like a huge run-on, a huge run-on song, right? 2-3 hours of and I just said to him, bro, can we please change this channel? Like, I can't keep hearing. So we go past. He winds up changing the channel. We wind up going past the Vans shoe headquarters that's somewhere between San Diego and LA. And he keeps telling me on the way there, he wanted to have a picture of this vehicle. Big D in the building, hands to the ceiling. So he gives me like, he has this like very expensive camera. And this is before I knew anything about content creating. And he gives me like a 3-second tutorial on how to take a picture with this camera, y'all. Of course, I messed it up. He got mad because I didn't know how to. He got mad I didn't know how to do it. Anyway, fast forward. We started arguing about that. When we went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which was the whole reason we went to Hollywood, we literally got out the car and I'm like, look, you're going to have to give me a second. I got to get this picture of this Britney Spears star. I got to get it, bro. Got to get it. That's why I'm here, right? I got to get this picture. Literally get out the car. I remember I went live that day, not on YouTube, on Facebook. Literally got out the car, bruh, was like, all right, let's go. He's driving. What can I say? You feel me? I hopped back in the car and he was like, I'm really hungry. Do you want to go to where you want to go? And he had already, pissed me off. I'm already mad. You feel me? So I was like, I want to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. You feel me? So we go to Roscoe's. For whatever reason, he think he gonna sit right next to me. I said, bro, you need to, slide over there, son. You ain't coming over here. And I get on my phone because during this time I still have kids. You feel me? Got 2 kids. And he starts saying stuff like, this is why I slept in that car, y'all. Who are you texting? When you're here with me, he knows that we was not dating. He knows that we were not involved whatsoever. I said, bro, let me tell you something. This AT&T bill, dude, the 15th of each month, if you ain't paying my bill, you're not going to be over here telling me who I can text, who I can't text, right? And he was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, we had to drive back 2 hours back to where he stayed. By that time, it's late. And he said, you could stay here if you. I said, bro, I wish I would stay here. I drove another 2 hours to San Diego to sleep in the car and blocked him that day. I don't play, bruh, on the stupid stuff, man. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for pulling up. My name is Natalie. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. He was weird. And then make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe only if y'all going to come back. Real topics. Relatable topics. Yeah, and I wound up blocking him on Instagram. He wound up like texting me, like saying before I left, like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, I've been knowing him since the 4th grade. You feel what I'm saying? The 4th grade. So he was like, I considered you like a homeboy, and that's why I was acting the way. I said, man, you blocked. You feel me? You already know. Block game strong. Block game strong. So I wound up unfollowing him on Instagram. Recently he followed me back. It's done, man. I don't deal with stupid behavior like that. Especially like I'm not like judging people. At the end of the day, do what you want to do. It might not line up with ruined my whole entire trip. Ruined it. And I had a homegirl that I had met online that I had been talking to for years, we both like Britney Spears. So if I would have went with her, clearly I would have known I would have got that walk of fame with Britney. Maine in the building, hands to the ceiling. Thank you for pulling up. But like I said, I'm not here judging people. But he told me he deliberately moved to, Orange County, Florida, because he was addicted to heroin. And his counselor had told him, in order for him to get clean, he would have to go to a clinic further away. When you know where everything is in Kentucky, when you know people who sell it, it's easy for you to access it. When you move further away and you don't know nobody, it's going to be harder to gain access to it. And I said, yeah, bro, you done. I don't know. I'll be quick to cutting people off. Y'all give me 1 second. I mean, go Detroit Lions. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. I don't like football, y'all, so but it definitely ruined my trip. Yeah, I haven't talked to him since. I don't say I hold grudges, but I allow someone to show me who they are. And I feel like if I choose not to pay attention to the signs, that's on me. So if I see a side of you I don't like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put myself around that person. You feel what I'm saying? Did something happen to the live, or it was me? They kicked me out early. They've been kicking me out early, like 10 minutes in. I don't know why, Andrew, but it wasn't you. It was me. My bad, homie. Thank you, cuz you're the only person on planet Earth that like it. Is if you go through these comments, everybody's gonna say like, "You're a Jags fan? Oh, go Detroit Lions." Everybody's and said something about it. But like I said, I think it's a conversational piece, man. But yeah, I haven't talked to that guy ever since he started acting weird. You feel me? I don't know how much time I got with you guys tonight. I'm a little dry. I told y'all. When I go live 3 days in a row, I run out of things to say. You feel me? So shout out to y'all for pulling up. I really appreciate it. But really, I don't really have anything to talk about, man. We ain't talking about y'all's boy no more. We done with that chapter in our life. You feel me? Thank you, Andrew. I really got I think it's like a hat fetish, bruh. I've always been like that. I've always been into coordinating and wearing hats and making my hats match my shoes and all that stuff. I don't know. I've always been into coordinating, so that's why I get hats. I think hats to me will be the staple for the end of the coordination. But what else y'all want to talk about, man? I hate asking that question, but I'm literally dry. I don't have no subjects. But I appreciate you, Andrew. Let's see if I can find something to talk about real fast. Shit, boy, that keep happening, don't it? When you rig stuff up, you feel me? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Only if y'all gonna come back. I know y'all ain't just sitting here watching me and not saying nothing. I know y'all gonna say something. I have hope that someone's gonna say something. High hopes. Let's see. I don't know why the Wi-Fi's not talking about relationships. I don't know. I think relationships. I think every relationship kind of just depends on communication. I think it boils down to communication. So I think a lot of people don't like to communicate nowadays, or it makes it difficult. You feel me? Or I think a lot of people. Happy holidays, fam. Thank you, Chip. Y'all make sure y'all smash that $2. The divide between men and women. Well, people say that the divide is because women want to be independent and men think that they should be independent. So family members not talking to each other. I don't know too much about that, bruh. Peace and blessings to all. Yes, the lottery is 1.5 billion. What would you do with it? Who would you help? Who would you hurt? Damn. Now, that's a little deep. Thank you guys for shouting out Chip. It means the world. Thank you, Chip, again. Cool. And there's Nightbot with the bull. If I had 1.5 billion, damn, son, definitely would quit Amazon off the bat. I think I would do a lot of investments. I don't know. I wouldn't help everybody. I don't know. I like helping homeless. I wouldn't hurt anybody. I mean, I would hurt them by not giving them money, but I don't think everybody deserves money. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I probably wouldn't tell nobody for real. I would quit my job and I wouldn't tell nobody because, I'm out of state. Kind of boring, huh? Welcome back. Would you tell yeah, I would tell my husband if I won 1.5 billion, but like as far as my mom and my immediate family, I wouldn't tell them. I think I would just make investments. I think when people know you got money, people come for you. You feel what I'm saying? And if I had to go get my picture taken, I would pull one of them Kanye West and put a ski mask on so nobody would know. So nobody would know I won. I wouldn't tell a soul. I would just move to an island. Yeah, I would tell my husband and probably not my kid because she already want too much stuff. You feel me? If she knew I had the lottery, she would expect it. You feel me? She would expect it. But I would tell him like, bro, we hit the lottery. You feel what I'm saying? I think swear I'd be on there with the ski mask. You feel me? I don't want to talk too heavy on this subject. I had a conversation earlier with somebody, man. And this individual has money. Let's just talk like this. He's got money. He's in my family, and he was telling me that it really made me mad. Like it really made me mad because I don't really like people manipulating people. You feel what I'm saying? And this family member is definitely manipulating this other family member, saying like the family member who has the money is the older individual. Not that it matters. And like a younger individual has borrowed a significant amount of money and not paid them back. And when we talking about significant, we talking 100K, at least 100K. And he's not willing to pay him back, but keeps asking for more money on top of that. And the manipulation is, well, I got you when I get it. You feel me? Not knowing that you're not going to get it. And I don't like it. I don't like when people do stuff like that. That really irritates me. But if I want it, nobody would know but my husband. And I would invest into like businesses. I would help homeless. You feel me? But I wouldn't tell my immediate family because I think it would be one of those scenarios where they would expect it. Bro, that's what I said, man. 100. What is going on? That's what I said. Hey, everyone. Sarah in the building. Hands to the ceiling. 100K damn people. Bruh. I don't know. I can't be like that, man. I would feel like, dang, bruh. I feel like with me, and I say this example about my daughter all the time, like, if I feel like I'm asking for too much, internally, I feel like I'm asking for too much. You feel me? Like, I feel like, dang. I made a reference one day when I was talking, when I was like 14, I was in German class, right? My mom paid for my German dinner. We went to like a restaurant. It was like 40. And then that same day, that's when, prepaid was popping. I needed to update my service. And it was like another 40. And I felt like, dang, I'm asking for a lot of stuff. You feel me? I felt like I'm asking for a lot of stuff. So I think when you go that far as getting that significant amount of money from someone, you don't get that alarm of like, dang, I'm asking for too much stuff. That's crazy to me, son. What'd you say? It's always best to never lend money to family. Yeah, man. We in this thing. Yes. I don't know who that is, Jay, but shout out to her. But yeah, another story, y'all. This is funny. This is real funny. I have an uncle. His birthday is a day before mine. You know what I'm saying? And I was in a family chat until I recently changed my number. And in that family chat, they would like, such and such's birthday's tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. We would send money on Cash App. I started realizing my uncle would only like manipulation, come around, call me, text me like 2 days before our birthday. But then I also started to realize, not that it's about giving me the money, you feel me? But he would never give me money for my birthday. And I remember this year, I told my husband, like, bro, he keep calling me lately, bro. I already know he want his little $10. Like, but I'm not giving it to him this year because I already know he ain't gonna give it back. You feel me? So the day of his birthday, you know what it is, it's my birthday, da 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 da. And I was like, bro, why do you keep asking for it, but you don't ever give me money back? And you know what he says? Yeah, it's messed up, ain't it? Because tomorrow I'm gonna have to turn around and give you the money back. I didn't even give it to him, bro. I really don't like manipulation. Y'all, they kicked me out again. I just don't like when people manipulate you, man. I don't like that. I don't know. It's like the sneaky cat-like behavior when someone tries to get over on you. I'm not a big fan of that, man. Let me know if y'all are still in here. It kicked me out again. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. But yeah, so if I won the lottery, only one person would know. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. What dimples, bro? I think I got one little partial dimple if I squeeze it. No real dimples, bro. What you talking about, James? You on the bull. I got a few people who owe me money. And how long has it been? What is this show about? Whatever you want it to be about. We just ramble and talk about different topics. I was asked if I won $1 billion from the lottery, what would I do? My answer was put on a Kanye West ski mask, go get my picture taken, and wouldn't tell nobody but my husband. Are dimples rare? I think so. I do have one, but it's not like I'm a dimple. But my cousin, she's got 2 dimples. I think it's like a genetic. I don't want to say defect. Dang, they ain't paying you back, cowboy. Yes, it's Trippy and Bubby fighting. But Trippy's fighting with everybody because he just tried fighting with Tulip. So it's really. Oh, you got 2 of them, cowboy. Shout out to you, cuz. Jacksonville, boo. Y'all, Jacksonville's not my team. It's y'all's team because y'all love when I wear the hat. Every time I wear this hat, y'all go crazy. Oh, thank you, Happy. I really appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Only if y'all gonna come back. Welcome in. We don't really have a topic tonight, man. I've been live the last 3 days. You already know the word on the street is when I go live for 3 days straight, I run out of topics. So I'm not telling y'all to carry the live. I might just end early. But yeah, we were just dabbling into the money situation. Cowboy, I don't think they're gonna pay you back, bro. Did you tell them how much money that they borrow from you? JS, you on the bull, bro. I be kicking people out. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, JS, have a good day, bro. I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody. I want 1 billion subscribers, but if they're gonna be weird, I'm not with it. I've been on a kick out spree. I kicked out 4 people this week, because they all acting wild. Yeah, every once in a while the price goes up. I think when someone borrows money, man, we should add interest to that. The price should go up. I mean, if it's been like 2 years and stuff, I think we should add interest to it. Talk about what? My daughter asked if I wanted pizza for dinner tonight. You want to talk about it? Mr. Stay Fresh. Cats are fighting, y'all. Why do they get offended when you ask it back? Because they think it should be a gift. I think they think it should be a gift. I never had a substantial amount of money to lend somebody. I mean, at one time, that's when I was like in school, my taxes hit. I had someone ask me for 300, a close family member, and I gave it to them, but they never paid me back. And they were saying that they needed it for their basement was leaking, and they never paid me back. That like crushed me, bruh. That's why I don't see how 95,000, bruh. My gross income and Amazon is 45. So that's like, how do you borrow my income times 2 and not? That's wild to me, son. So that being said, I think they think it's a gift. I don't know. I don't know anywhere on planet Earth I can go and borrow 300 and up and not expect to pay it back. And I think what really makes it bad too is when you borrow it on top of borrowing it. Like, how do you borrow money twice? Like, you didn't pay me back the first time, right? And then you come back again, and then you're gonna come back again. But at this point, your intentions are not to pay back the money. Okay, let's just be real. And like, I think that's when the person who's giving you that money, a little light bulb has to go off. Like, no, you didn't borrow money 3 times. I mean, unless you got it and you're able to give it out. If y'all are one of those people, let me know, because I'm gonna hit y'all up for some money, because I know I don't have to pay y'all back. But I also think, yeah, that person who's allowing you to borrow that money needs to have a light bulb go off. Like 3 or 4 times, bro, and they're not paying you back. They ain't gonna pay you back. I don't let anyone borrow money, especially my janky cousins. Cousins are the worst to lend money to. I believe you. One person owes me like 5,000, and the other's an old friend. He owes me 1,000. See, that's 6,000. Like 6,000 is, it's a significant amount of money, bruh. And these people are just walking around like, how? And you can't forget that you borrowed that amount of money. You feel me? I don't lend money that I didn't expect to get back. I treat it like a casino or stock investment money. Yeah, and I understand why. Second mortgage, bruh. Second mortgage, cowboy. I be making my They will pay me one day when I feel like it. What does that mean, cowboy? Well, let me borrow 20,000, and then when I feel like paying you back, I got you, bruh. I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm gonna give it back to you. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications for up and coming videos and live streams. Appreciate the support, love, be respectful. Send a super chat, please and thank you. Thank you so much. Facts. They never pay one. So one day I'm gonna come collect. Cow- Cowboy, I hear that. Sounds like it's gonna be. And then when people forget, you know what I'm saying? When it's been a long time, people forget. I remember I lent my brother 100, and he never paid me back. And I needed it, I think, to go on one of these California trips. But months had passed. And I was like, do you remember I let you borrow 100? And he was like, oh, it sounds like something I would do, but I don't remember. Bro, get out of here. May I ask you something? Grandma's boy toy? Nah, you sound like you on the bull. Damn bad, you a Jags fan. I feel bad. My Texans have done to y'all. I just like the hat because it coordinates. I think I'm going to pin that. I like the hat because it coordinates. I think I'm going to pin that in the comment section. I have a confession, and I need to know from a woman's. Nah, you on the bull. Your name is Grandpa's boy toy. You look like this is an old photo of you when you was a realtor, bro. You on the bull. You don't need to go into detail. Jag Nation, yes. They get offended when you ask for it back. Yeah, like, how dare you? How dare you? Like that's what I was telling my husband today when about my daughter's headphones. They were like, "What kind of headphones were they? Were they the Solos or that?" I was like, "They're the Kim K whatever. I paid $350 for them." And they looked at me like they were offended. How you get offended at me when you asked what the specifications are of the headphones? You feel what I'm saying? I'm serious. I let someone borrow 100 and another person owes me that too. So yeah, you gotta cowboy, you're gonna have to write these names down, bruh. That list is starting to get pretty long. Kill my hero. I'm not grandma's boy. Stick your hand out, okay? I'm just gonna tap it. Put you a little time out. 30 minutes if I'm on here for 30 minutes, all right? Have a good day. The price goes up. Yeah, man, I think you should add interest to it. If someone owes you money and they don't pay you back, I think you should. He got double timed out. Dang. Yeah, man, they be on the bull. When you see someone's name, grandma's boy, toy, come on, man. And then it's like a realtor picture, a little side pose, hands to the side like this. And they looking, they on the bull. I would still write it down, cowboy. I don't know. My memory's starting to fade me sometimes. Sometimes you got to keep track of those people who owe you money. But y'all, if y'all don't have anything else for me, I'm going to let y'all go. I feel like I'm just ranting and talking. No topic. You feel me? That's a good app idea, though. I would let you borrow money formally from people you know. That's a good app idea, though, to let you borrow money formally from people you know. What do you mean, though? Happy? What's good, son? In these streets shopping? Where you at over there? Nah, I got a CIA memory. Shout out to you. I used to. But I think when I'm on night shift, a lot of times I come home and get like 5 hours of sleep. And I think it's starting to, and then I'm getting older every day. You feel me? Sis, you have had a lot happen this week. What happened? I mean, kicking 4 people out, the headphones, the car. This is normal my life events, Rev. These are normal. Denisha, Walmart, it busy in there. Epi at Pack. We're good, Denisha. How are you? Yeah, but it's not like too much where I can't manage. You feel me? Look, I built my channel on protecting my peace, and I'm always going to protect my peace. So I would rather, kick out 4 people to protect it and not get out of character than to go off. You feel me? I'm not going to go off with nobody no more. I'm just going to protect my peace. And like, if it means doing it silently and blocking people, but I'm always going to stand my ground and protect my peace. And I think I put together that puzzle, man. I wasn't going to go into it, but I put together the puzzle. Because, your girl got like CIA crime scene background. You feel me? How you been, son? Sis? I thought you said son. I've been good. We just been working a lot of hours on Amazon. So I haven't been able to pull up and support my YouTube brothers and sisters as I typically have. And I think, for Vlogtober, I was going ham hard in the paint too. You feel me? On from going live 31 days. So, Sunday's my last mandatory day. And then I'm out of there, son. I ain't doing no more peaks. In my mind, I said, bro, this is my last year doing peak. Because to me, my stuff's going to take off next January 2026 around the corner. All right, so you feel me, son? So, y'all, the pieces of the puzzle that I put together, Rev. Let's talk. And then we're done talking about it, right? Then we're done talking about it. I'm marinating over all 40 meats for Christmas just finished. I'm relaxing now, drinking wine and eating dinner. Man, thank you for reminding me. Shout out to you, Denisha. But my husband brought back a drink. I'm about to tell him, like, where's the drink at? What kind of wine you got? Nat, when you did the 31-day blog, did your do temp? Yeah, it growed. It like significantly jumped. I think when I did that 31-day challenge, I don't know, like, let me think of the best way of saying it, y'all. I think I would get love on my lives, but like no more than like 400 views, right? But when I went live every single day, my income increased. Not only that, because I'm monetized, but not only that, my views increased from like 400 to, it depends, like 1,000 to 1,500. I think I have more push. And I think also, I don't know if it's because how long people stay on here. Shout out to you guys for pulling up, man. But yeah, I think it really grew my channel. And that's why I thought about, because I'm really close to getting to 7K. So that's why I really thought about going live every single day until it hit 7K. Andrew in the building, hands to the ceiling. But yeah, it really grew my channel. We're good. How you doing, Andrew? Carnet. Is that white wine? Yeah, what was we going to talk about? I forgot. Oh, bro, I got ADHD in real life. So back to ADHD in real life. What we were talking about y'all's bruh. I figured it out. What helps y'all grow the channel? Then we're going to get into y'all's bro, okay? I think for personally me, what helps me grow my channel, I can only talk about me. You feel me? Is I think my bread and butter of my channel is me going live. I think YouTube pushes that out more. But even though I realize that YouTube does push out my lives, and then lives have replay value, right, consistency pushes your channels out. But I also think just because I'm not going to just steady going live and only do live, I try to, we're talking about me, right? Daniel in the building. I'm going to do lives because it is the bread and butter, but I'm also going to do long form to attract whatever little subs I can get from that. And then I'm also going to do shorts. So I think for me, what helped my channel is not just focusing on just one path. Like, it's like, if I'm going to get money, right? It don't sound right. Am I just going to go to work? No, I'm going to work and I'm going to YouTube. So it's like I'm executing all forms of ways of getting money. So that being said, even though I realize that my lives are pushing my channel, I don't just say I'm just going to do lives. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I do vertical, I do horizontal, but not only that, I'm still going to do videos. You feel me? Not only that, I think, guys, I don't know. It's so hard to talk about, but I'm also going to do shorts. You feel me? Because the shorts are going to drive new eyes to your channel, right? And then when you do shorts, let's say I did a short today too, but when I do a short and I schedule a live, that shows up on the short, like this creator is going live within 5 minutes. So that gives, if people like that short, it's going to motivate them to pull up to that live. And I want that because if my live is the bread and butter of my channel, I want people to come to the live. Does that make sense? So I say consistency. I've always been very consistent in anything I've done. Thank you. Shout out to Epi for acknowledging that. That girl's consistent too. Y'all pull up on Epi, right? I don't know why when I talk about this, I'm like a deer in headlights. But then when I go and talk to my husband, he'd be like, girl, like you talking too much about YouTube. So anyway, let me break it down again because I want to say it the right way because I'm really passionate about it. And I want y'all to get it. Because I know there's a lot of content creators that are in here, right? Back to the question. From the jump, I've always said this, right? When I first started doing lives, I didn't know I was going to do lives. I was just doing long form, shorts. I was doing that. And I was like, I want to do live, but I don't know what to talk about, bruh. My exact words is, ain't nobody going to listen to me talk. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you, Jerome. And when I started to think of a way of changing up the idea, I was like, man, I'm just going to have a different topic. And when I bought this mic, I wanted to plug this into my computer. I didn't know it would plug into my phone. So like, it's like when I started to put all this stuff together, and then when I went live for the 31 days, my channel like skyrocketed. Pshroom, pshroom. And I'm not saying it like, but I went from like 4,000 to like 7,000. Well, I'm almost at 4,000 to 6,000 subscribers, right? But I had still kept the same momentum of, even though I gained a lot of traction from the lives, right? Even though I gained a lot of traction from the lives, I said, well, keep doing what you've been doing. Still make a video a week. You feel me? And then I have exclusive content. Now I have another tier. I have 2 exclusive contents. I still make a video a week for both of those. And then I'll still do a short. So for me, I don't know. I'm not saying everybody's destined to be alive. I'm not saying that. But I don't know how the best way. I'm not trying to say it like, let me make it sound nice. You feel me? But I watch some people go live. And y'all can see it too if y'all stroll up. Some people are not destined to go live because a lot of people just sit there. Y'all have seen them? Y'all have seen them. And I think that's why a lot of people mess with my lives. And shout out to you guys for messing with them, because they come in and I call them out and I acknowledge people. I think that's what it takes to be. It's like when you're doing live, you're like a host. So anyway, back to the story. When I post a short the same days I go live, to me, I have a funny way of looking at things. Like, I think that's free advertisement. You feel me? Because anytime you post a short on YouTube, in the corner, it's going to say, this creator goes live in like 45 minutes. Thank you, Stash, for that membership. Cool. He just sent me a membership. But back to the story, y'all. So I think that's free advertisement. If you post a short the same day you know you're going to go live, and a lot of it, you just have to plan it out strategically. It's going to say, Natalie's going live in 45 minutes or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, that's what helped my channel. Let me read the chat. Let me know what you guys think. I also think you got to be kind of intentional. Don't get me wrong. This live today was not intentional, but like, I think, like, I don't know what makes my live stand out from anybody. Yeah, I'm consistent, but I know people who've been live longer than I have, and they don't get the same traction as I get. And I think it's because the duration that people spend on these lives. And shout out to you guys again. I really appreciate it, because like I said, when I first started going live, I said, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Who's going to listen to me talk? And that delayed me from going live. So if my best advice I would give someone who wanted to blow their channel up, find what works, because lives might not work for you. It happens to work for me. But when I post a long form content video, my long forms don't get as much traction as my lives. So that makes me naturally gravitate to my lives. But don't get me wrong, I'm still not going to sleep on the long form, because I know that a lot of my long form does get subscribers. So I say tackle all angles and find out what works for you, or keep doing everything. You feel me? That was long, wasn't it? I get it. You're doing both vertical and horizontal. Yes. If you got money, order from some crab legs, garlic butter, seasoning, medium spice. I don't know where the sentence comes in at, just Victor. If you got money, order me. If you got money, order you some crab legs. Who got money to send Victor some crab legs, garlic butter seasoning, and medium spice? Y'all shout out to Victor. Victor, when you get it, send me a plate. Yes. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications for up and coming videos, live streams. I appreciate the support and love respectfully. Send a super chat, please and thank you. Yeah, man. Send a super chat, send some diamonds, send some jewels. It's like advertising on Target time. Exactly. So it's like happy. It's like, oh, you like, let's say you like that short I did. Then it says, Natalie's going live in 3 hours. I think that's going to motivate you to turn your notifications on and catch me when I do go live. So I learned that, like, Mr. LSU, he be saying I'm really smart. Shout out to Mr. LSU. Y'all pull up on him too. Nice hat. Thank you, Jerome. We listening 6-7. I get what you're saying. It's like being at a restaurant. The shorts are up. Yes. Frank, do you think you can do it with another job? What do you mean? I want to do another channel, but I just think it'd be too overwhelming for me. I really want to get this channel together before I work on the next channel. But based on everything I've learned from being on YouTube close to 4 years, and I really started taking my YouTube serious maybe last year, I think that I could get another channel monetized faster from, trial and error. Because when I first started doing YouTube, I just focused on shorts. I had 2 full-time jobs. And whenever I did a YouTube video, it would just be a short. And then I've talked about it before, but one day it clicked for me because I was like, man, I'm always working hard for somebody else. I go hard for Amazon. I go hard for the second job. The second job was just like walking up to people and selling product. And it clicked for me one day. Like, what if I invested that into my channel, where I could get brand deals, endorsements just from me on my channel. So once that idea clicked for me a year ago, it took off. Like, no more shorts only. I'm going to still do shorts, but I'm going to do videos. I think, like I said, what really changed my channel for me personally, and it might not be for everybody, but I think you need to get your feet wet to see, is me going live. When I went live, especially those 31 days, boom, I instantly saw, first I was just getting 400 views, boom, 1,000, 1,500, sometimes 2,000. And then you got to think after lives, it's replay value. So one day I did a live, and I guess it was a catchy topic. It's more to this, man. It's more to it. But golly, this is a whole nother caliber now that I'm thinking about it out loud. But after I did the video, I got at least 30 more watch hours after that live. And it's because after all of my lives, what I do is I always give them a title. I always timestamp it for SEO value, meaning like, because have a good night, Andrew. Thank you for pulling up. Because I've been on here for 48 minutes, but I haven't talked about the same topic repetitively. So I go in and out of different topics because, your girl got ADHD. But when you timestamp it, if someone's looking for, let's say if I talked about my cats fighting like I did today, it's going to mention it in the timestamp. You feel me? And it's more for replay value. So in order to get the timestamp, I didn't realize you could do this. You go in after the live. I think it takes like 1 or 2 days to process it, especially because my lives be long. There's a diamond. If you have an Apple phone, an iPhone. Why I keep saying Apple phone, bruh? You click it, it's going to say summarize this video. It summarizes the video with timestamps. So that also helps with replay value too. CPU, allocate pressing with apps, opening. So the less open, the more the ones that open. get. I'm not educated on that. Happy CPU allocates processing for apps. It's open, so the less things open, the more the ones that are open get the like quality picture. I'm not too educated on that, but that's what I do, y'all. That's what I do. I always do a thumbnail. I always do a title on my lives, especially because I know it's the bread and butter of my channel. I always do a thumbnail. I always do a title that I think was like the first thing I talked about, and then I'll go back and timestamp it and link that in the description and put a description. And that's what I do. I just try to capitalize on the lives since I do know that, it's the bread and butter of my channel. Hope that helps somebody. Sometimes you can't just drop jewels. I mean, someone's got to pick them up. You feel me? But that's what I've done personally. Do you have a TikTok? I used to, but I don't think TikTok resonates with me, bruh. I think to me, I was on there, but when I switched my phone, I'm not really on there anymore. But I don't really resonate with TikTok. I think because my talks be real, and I don't know. It's just it don't resonate with me. Now my daughter did come to me the other day and tell me like, "Mom, if you have 100 followers, which I got like 200 on there, you can go live." And I was just like, I think I'm just gonna focus on YouTube because I'm monetized on YouTube. I'm not monetized on TikTok. Now one day I might get a little hunch to see what happens when I go live on there, but probably I don't know. I really think this is where I belong. You feel me? Of course, Rev. Anything to help, bruh. Because I had to learn the hard way. No one helped me. Teehee, what'd you say, bruh? It's been some time, but I'm back. Teehee back in the building. Hands to the ceiling. Hi. Oh, they're saying if you have a lot apps open while streaming or taking photos, your CPU computer programming unit uses more power allocating its resources to them instead of this is reducing quality. Yeah, I feel you. That's what we were talking about earlier because I kept getting kicked out and someone told me, which you've witnessed that, Frank, the kicking out. Someone told me to exit out all of my background. Is that what y'all saying? And you're saying that, but it still kicked me out. So I don't know. Teehee back in the building, hands to the ceiling. Sorry, Tom, Nightbot kicked you out. I can't get with TikTok. I can't get jiggy with TikTok. I can't get jiggy with it. And then one day my daughter came to me and was like, "Mom, lace my shoes." She wanted her shoes laced a certain way, right? And I'm like, "Well, show me the video." She pulls up a TikTok, and TikTok be like, boom. I said, "Girl, I can't learn that way." Let me get on YouTube. Because I have to have y'all talk me GPS turn by turn location. But I did gain like 200 followers on TikTok. Yeah, but it's like, I think it's for the younger generation. You know how, what I think about is how all these kids pull up, "Hey, auntie, hey, auntie, hey, auntie." They're not willing to listen to no. I talk about real life scenarios. Someone pulling up saying, "Hey, auntie," I feel like they're going to be the same way on TikTok. And they ain't going to get jiggy with this. I might do it one day, but like I said, it's on my other phone. I got like 200 and something likes on TikTok, but I don't go live that much over there. I have tuberculosis. I'm sorry to hear that, cuz. Yeah, I don't go live and stuff over there because I really feel like I think I'm going to do the same thing. What are you talking about, Mo? More than ever? More than ever? What do you mean, cuz? My method. I'm about to put this shit in the ebook. Y'all ready? Who gonna cop this ebook? We try to get all the coins over here. Who gonna cop this ebook? Yeah, Charles, I hear that. Alicia. I look like Alicia only when I smile. I'm not gonna lie to you. I see the similarities. You see it. My wife has 80 apps open all the time. Happy. I know what you're saying, bruh. I'm the same way. And then when you go to like I don't know, when the apps, not the apps, but that's probably what Frank's talking about too. Like when you go to the, what do you call it, y'all? The screens. I had like 400 on that mug at one time. YouTube need to incorporate TikTok live, like add people on your live. I feel you. Have you tried to do both at the same time? When I was doing my journey of doing the shorts, but obviously, it's trial and error. Like my shorts were, not hitting at first. You feel me? In the beginning stage of life. But now my shorts, and I get like two different durations. Like if I post the same short on TikTok as YouTube, I think YouTube pays attention to it longer. And I think that has to go back to like, that shoestring lacing video that my daughter showed me. If they're doing all this instantly, here's how you do it, here's the fast results, I don't think people will connect to that. Like, they just talk fast on TikTok. They do everything fast. It's like, it's really, in my opinion, the definition of short term content. You feel me? You're cuter than her. Thank you, Charles. I think YouTube needs to help you all control the people that come into that chat better. What do you mean, like, quit allowing people to come in saying stuff? Like, negative stuff? I mean, it don't really affect me. I snap back just to be funny, but I think it's different strokes, different folks on that. You feel me? Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if y'all got some substance from my YouTube department in my brain. I only share this with people that are willing to listen. I tell a story about how when I first started YouTube with the shorts, there was a guy who worked with me and he had 400 subscribers, which I don't really think. I think subscribers, in my opinion, is monitored by consistency, right? So that being said, he had 400 off the bat. Me, I had 0. And now, like I said, we're about to cross over the 7 and he still has like 400. And it's because, in my opinion, he's not consistent. You feel me? So I think it's all about consistency. Already, they help with watch hours. It's all good, son. Oh yeah, for sure. You talking about shorts? I think it's like anything. Like to me, maybe this is me, right? I said to me, this is me. Mo, how many subs do you have? Me, I'm so like driven to get better, right? Meaning like I said a minute ago, y'all, I'm going to quit my job eventually and be a full-time content creator. And to me, if that's what I want to do, then I'm going to do it. So night and day, if y'all go back and like I say it all the time, I know y'all busy, y'all got lives, but if you ever say you get a little hunch, let me go back and see what Natalie's talking about. If you ever go back and look at my first video, if you go back and look at my first live, if you go back and look at my first short, it's whack. Look, it's whack, right? It's whack. My stuff was whack. I did not have the camera presence that I have now. And I think a lot of things that grew me to my camera presence I have now is my 31 days of going live. When I went 31 days of going live, dealing with trolls, dealing with sleep deprivation, it heightened my camera presence significantly, y'all. Significantly. I used to be like kind of like intimidated to go out in public and vlog. Now I'm like, where's that camera at? I got something to say. And I think now my words hit different. I mean, obviously I am who I am on camera, behind the camera, but I think I was just more filtered. You feel me? Like, oh, I don't want to, offend anybody. I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way. But now I'm just like, bro, that 31 days going live desensitizes you. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, You say you got 115. I suggest you try going motivate. You're strictly motivation. I appreciate that. A lot of people tell me like, bro, you are so motivational. You don't even realize it. But you just got to keep going, bro. No matter what. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've always had a work ethic. You feel me? I've always had a strong work ethic. You feel me? So when y'all see the consistency, I've always had that work ethic. Like I used to like run circles around people. You feel me? And still can. But I think when you want something as bad as I want it, and I like Frank just said, and you see the results, you keep. You feel me? You feel me? You keep going. And it's like I said, y'all, I ain't trying to put my business out there too much, but let me put it out there just a little bit. You know, when you start getting paid on YouTube, you have to hit a tier of $100 before you can cash out. And you can get paid $100 a month, but it used to take me 3 months, 4 months to hit 100. Used to. And once I started realizing, like, incorporate lives, incorporate this, and this, like, it's test and error. A lot of it's test and error. When you hear all these little YouTube gurus that say do this, they lying, bruh. It's test and error and consistency. That is the formula to YouTube. But anyway, when I would struggle, it would take me like 3 or 4 months to get that $100 tier. But now here, the last couple months, effortlessly, I didn't hit it. Effortlessly. Boom. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying it to show my growth, my improvement, how I'm able to know, like, dang, like for me, I get high off of saying I started from the bottom, now I'm here. You feel me? I used to like not, bro, to me, my used to be whack. You feel me? But I kept going and I left those videos, those shorts, those lives. I didn't delete them. Now, should I? Probably, because they were that whack. But I see it as growth. Like, dang, bro, you used to be here. Now you're here. To me, that's an achievement, bro. To me, it's like working out. You used to be fat. Now you skinny. Now look at these before and after pictures. You feel what I'm saying? Now the trolls and people come in and talk. Yeah, I think like you can use the trolls and to motivate you to keep going, or the trolls to. It just depends. Like I think you got to be sort of built for it. If you're sensitive, I don't suggest being on YouTube because you're not going to be able to handle the trolls. But like I said, I handled them for 31 days. So some days I make it a joke. My channel was growing slowly, definitely don't lose motivation. You just got to keep going, bruh. Pull up on my email. My email's in my bio. And I can try to help you as much as I can. Stop it, LOL. But look, growth and consistent. My stuff used to be whack. I literally used to say, bro, what am I doing? And I tell you that to tell you this. Like when I got those glasses, we've talked about it. My husband's like, are you going to take these to Amazon and film Amazon? I was like, the old Natalie would have done that. But me now, since I know my lane on YouTube, I don't got to go to Amazon and film Amazon what my job looks like because I have content. You feel me? Now I have content. But when you're experiencing and you don't know, for sure I would have went with that. It's not whack. It's ground zero. You have to grow into that person that quits her job and gets bread from social media. I call it the ugly process, like when you first start growing dreadlocks. Soon, for sure. And shout out to Frank, because Frank did say, remember, one day you pulled up Frank and you were like, Natalie, you got it. I don't know why it ain't. You should be further ahead of where you are. So I think when you attract your people too happy, it helps. Like, let me tell you this story too. This is funny. Right? When I started to go live at first, right? I used to pull up every Wednesday. When I say pull up, I don't mean in my car. I had to break that down for somebody at work. I used to go live every Wednesday. Wednesday used to be my day, only one day a week, right? Right. So I remember one day my daughter wanted to go to her friend's house, but the time she wanted to go overlapped the time I wanted to go live. Like I would go live at 4:30. She wanted to go to her friend's house at 4:30. Right? Right. So, bruh, she tried to hurt my feelings. She was like, "Well, mom, I told her 4:30." I was like, "Well, it's gonna have to be earlier or it's gonna have to be later because I'm going live." Now, was I getting a crowd of people? No, I was not. But do you know she told me, "Why are you gonna go live? Ain't nobody gonna pull up anyway." I said, "Girl, it's about the consistency, right? You go live, you act like it's 40,000 people in there, even if it's one person, but it was about the consistency with me. If you train your audience, regardless of you're going to show up at this time, they're going to show up for you. Now, if I'm a few minutes late, boy, I start getting notifications. Are you coming on? Where are you at? I'm looking for you. Are you good? You feel me? So it's like that hustle. You have to have that mentality. At least that's what kind of mentality I had. Regardless, Wednesdays at 4:30, I would go live, and I'm not gonna. And I treat this stuff like my real career. You feel what I'm saying? I really treat it like my real career. Like even when I was going live, and y'all, I'm gonna check the chat. My bad. Um, Even when I was going live for 31 days, that can be a hindrance. My husband's like, "Bro, I know you ain't gonna go live again today. I know you ain't gonna go live again." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it." D work, yes. I'm back. My goddaughter woke me up. She's shout out to her. Hi. When will it increase? When will what increase? Facts. Hello, everyone. Hey, T Brown. Thank you for pulling up. Now we built with you and get you to 10K a month. At least that's what people. Yeah, definitely, bruh. That's what I'm trying to get to. What? I'm a small creator and I'm trying to get monetized. I'm not no guru, bruh. I can just tell you what worked for me. I will go live, but I don't have to talk about. I like doing vlogs and shorts. I feel you, Mo, but you're gonna have to okay, what do you do your vlogs and shorts about? Thank you so much, Rev. Yes, I have Tros. I like, sub, and share. It would be worth it one day. Amen. I think that's a good way of controlling your income source. You'll get there. Amen. That's right. Damn, not the daughter hating on she was hating on the low.